Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekly reading from November 24th through the 30th, 2025. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle coming out for Gemini. We will resume dailies on the 1st, December 1st. I just need a little bit of time to develop some stuff and, of course, the holidays. But we have fragmented energy here and Descendant Masters. This is telling me that right now you may be trying to figure out the why. Okay, I feel that right now you may feel overwhelmed. The 10 of Wands keeps coming out for everyone this week, and this week completely is going to feel somewhat overwhelming. Like you are the responsible one, you are the bigger person, you are the, you know what I mean, you are the one that has most of the experience and the knowledge. You're good. A lot of people are going to be depending on you to create the vibe, to create the it feels like the mood, right? Everyone's going to be looking to you for the kind word, the positive word. I feel that for many of you, you're going to be pulled in many different directions. It's important that you continue to take action. I feel that it's super important that you overlook the details, overlook the worries and the fears, overlook your fears. I see fears here, and I'm only seeing it because it feels like with Strength and Five of Swords, you may be like focusing a lot on the conflicts. Five of Swords is a conflict. Strength is telling me there's a lot of focus on conflict here. There's a lot of focus on what the heck is going on. Why did so and so act this way? Why did this and that happen? Spirit is bringing up that there's a lot of um, I feel like if there is any conflicts occurring, that there's a lot to uncover in those conflicts, and it's important that they come out. I'm seeing a Saturn return energy, which talks about things that you're learning from this, or through your wisdom and knowledge, you realize, hey, not my circus, not my monkeys. You know what I mean? Saturn return is typically wherever Saturn was when you were born, when it returns into that space. And usually that's about every 27 years. And so this will bring up the lessons that we've learned, the discipline what made you the Queen of Pentacles in the first place is all those cycles that you went through. And so that tells me here that you're going to rise like a phoenix out of the ashes in these situations. It's very important that you realize that you're not wrong. It's not your fault. It's half of the stuff that whatever is going on. It's not about fault. It's not about who's wrong. It's just, listen, that's part of the journey. This was part of your plan. This is part of the pathway. If it wasn't these people, or if it wasn't this scenario, it would have been another one to teach you something. It's important that you continue to stay very active. I feel that you're going to get some kind words this week, right? You want to say, I am surrounded by love and support. You will see that through the smallest of nuances, the smallest of things, that there is a lot of support in a situation, a lot of love coming towards you. I'm seeing angel number 0110, and it talks about how you just stand out. The real reason why you may feel overloaded, like you're the one that's got to make all the plans, you're the one that's got to step up, you're the one that's got to figure things out, and it's all on you, is mostly because you just stand out. You're someone that in a crowd full of people, everyone's wearing black, you're the one that everybody turns to and goes, them, Gemini, right there, that one, right? You have a gift, you have a talent, and a gift may not be something that's so overly nuanced. It might not be something, it's like, I just stand out. I don't know why. They want me to speak instead, even though I'm the one that I shouldn't be speaking. I stutter, and I have, I don't have a vast vocabulary. Why do they want me to talk? And there's something about everything that you do stands out, or it's more pronounced in you. It's just so you know, I'm seeing that for you this week. The family energy with the Sun and Two of Swords tells me that people around you are going to, it feels like they're going to defer to you. I feel that for many of you, you may be confused, like, why are they avoiding me? Why are people giving me a wide berth when I walk through? I feel like your family is, it's almost to say that they avoid hard subjects. They may even avoid facing the fact that you're overwhelmed. They may act like well, Gemini has it. Gemini's good. I feel them being very pleasant, extra pleasant For you, it may feel fake. You know, like, why are they being so? They see me over here sweating because you're the fun. You're the you're the person that gets everything together, gets everyone together. You may not feel that you are, but I feel like you are that person. Angels of the four directions with Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords. It feels like Spirit is trying to create the. This feels like all meant to be. If I'm being really honest with you, if there are any conflicts or any issues, Spirit wants these things to come out so that you could be free of them finally. You're supposed to be the phoenix rising out of the ashes, but you may have felt like people were setting you on fire. Just and now it's like you may feel like they were doing this on purpose. They just want to burn my wings, and in reality, spirits like burn Gemini's wings so that they can build better ones and fly the heck away from the situation. That's what's needed in this scenario, is Gemini's wings getting burnt off so they can fly away. You want to make sure that you're taking as much action as possible. And that would be to say, don't allow yourself to get bogged down in the analysis paralysis of thinking about how people don't have your back and how people are not there for you and how you were betrayed, or maybe even if you were divorced, because I'm seeing an ending in some way. Not to ruminate over that, because I feel that people really do love and support you, but it is not going to look like love and support at the very, on the grand scheme of things. It'll be in the details where you're looking at things like, I know this chick or this dude didn't just say this. I know they didn't just do that, right? Um, but in reality, it's about being accountable. So it feels like Spirit is pushing people or putting people in your space so that you are accountable. You're able to communicate, and like really have a check and balance with yourself. Like, maybe I am the one that stands out. Maybe I am the star of the family. You might be that person in the family that everyone just looks at Gemini, for good or for bad. You know, I feel that um, people are hot and cold, and you may not even understand it. And that it's definitely not on purpose to harm you. It is like they're being pushed to do it, and they don't know why. They don't understand why. They're being pushed to activate you. I feel like that happens to a lot of people, man. That's something I'm like, when you look back, this week is going to be one of those weeks where you look back and you're going to think that they hated you there and they were mean to you and everything, and then they're going to send you a letter like, or a message like, that was the best time I ever had. You're just like, I know the heck they didn't just tell me that this was the best time they ever had after what I feel like they were doing. um, or that later on, they tell you you're just the strongest person here, or there's something about wonderful feedback, great information, or a good message, or a good text, or something, or a card, and you read it and you're just like, there, what, okay. And then it's also that vibe of, why did you act that way? I don't know. I don't know if anything infuriates me more than someone doing something messed up and then later on asking them, why did you do that? And they're like, I don't even know. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm like, but you said this to me. Why'd you even say that to me? Why'd you make fun of my outfit? I was killing it. I look great. I don't know, because Spirit was pushing them to activate you, which is ridiculous. The activation process sometimes. I'm like, oh gosh. And then I realized it was exactly the way it was supposed to be. I realized later. I really do. After the fact, I'm like, oh, actually, they did need to do it the way they did it. I feel that this week is supposed to provoke or to activate your inner romantic artist type of aspect of things. Not to take offense to anything, but to be accountable for something. Hear what's being said, and then go, there's actually good advice, and the nugget of good advice encased with the BS of destructive criticism. I have to say destructive, because forget the criticism part. Um, a year of the rabbit could be significant. Now, that could be a year that you were born, someone significant to you was born, or a year when something started in this situation that kicked off this energy. And year of the rabbit is supposed to signify for you, at least, it seems like to develop your stamina, because perhaps to some degree you might have been finicky or sensitive, or have been rendered very insecure in any given like connection here. I even feel like in a lot of these connections, it feels like for many of you, even if you are not connected to anyone, I feel like if you're not in a romantic connection at all, especially, I feel that some soulmate type of a person's coming forward. But this would be someone that would say to you, I feel like I've known you all my life. I feel that um, this is a great week to visualize that energy of maybe you're saying I'm not even interested right now, but if you were, what type of person would that be for you? It's important that you believe that there's a true soulmate that will hold you accountable, the kind that is like challenging but also extremely supportive, that sees you for who you are. And even if you are connected, this is important to visualize that in your partner, because I feel that this might be that weekend where eyes lock, or not weekend, but the week, eyes lock over candlelight or something. And it's like, oh, that brings me back to 1465. Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but I just saw this person wearing a powdered wig. I don't even think people wore powdered wigs back then, but I'm just saying, I just saw them wearing the clothing of those times. It feels like I've known them forever. But however it goes, there's Year of the Rabbit is 2023, 2011, 1999, 87, 75, 63, 51, 39, and 27, right? And I see the color black. Black typically represents there's a lot of richness. There's a lot to be embraced about sides of you that maybe is difficult to face. It's important to face them because that's what makes you unique. That's why people stare at you. That's why people want to pick you out, single you out of everything. You need to be aware and be accountable for it, truly, so that you can shine. You're meant to shine. You could be dealing with a Leo heavily, and also Capricorn. These are heavy, heavy signifiers of these signs. So yeah, if you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.